What's up, guys? We're Tabletop Vibes, and today we're taking a look at Beasts RPG by Studio Midhall, the newest campaign in the Beast universe. And so if you liked playing the Beast games, Beast, there's Shattered Isles, which is the expansion to Beast, and then there was Hollow Pact. Now we have Beast, the RPG, which takes all of the universe that Beast is put into, and you can then now dive even deeper into the lore, into the art, which is fantastic, control the hunters, and explore all the different worlds that they are creating and monsters and classes.
Yeah, so this plugs right into D&D 5e. So if you are a D&D fan, you'll be able to be just right at home with the Beast RPG. And yeah, like Adam said, it takes all the best things that you know and that you love about the Beast universe, and it just brings that familiarity of some of those characters and some of that lore and backstory
and monsters,
into an RPG world, which is just a perfect fit in my opinion.
I mean, this was like one of my top most anticipated games. I think it came out in 2024.
2023.
Yeah. See, there you go. 2023, this was like my most anticipated game, and they have just continued to make it more amazing, more contracts, more monsters. The art just keeps getting more beautiful, if that's even a thing.
Yeah.
And then in Shattered Isles, they brought in miniatures, and then now we do have this RPG D&D feel that you can just dive into. So we're just going to talk about a little bit about our experience with the RPG. Which, again, the Kickstarter is live. They have been funded, which is awesome. And then you can also go on their Kickstarter page and get like a preview, which is pretty cool.
Which is the exact same thing that we were looking at prior to making this video. And it's fully playable as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
There's a handful of characters, including a new class, the Binder,
that
you can play as, that has subclasses like Alchemist and such. So it's great for you to be able to check out. And it has a campaign in there called Foundations of Ruin.
Yeah, and that was a fun one to dive into. I mean, it's so cool. Like, again, if you've played RPGs, or maybe if you haven't, and you just like story lore, story-based games, or adventure games, like diving into Foundations of Ruin, and just as the, like, I guess, like you can say, like a little teaser for whatever else they're going to be putting into the RPG, which, again, we'll show them on the screen. The actual books and everything are beautiful.
Fantastic.
Anyways, and the art is just amazing, like I've already stated. But when you dive into this lore, one person plays as the
Chronicler.
The Chronicler, which essentially is almost just the Dungeon Master. But they kind of set the tempo of the game. You kind of have a little bit more responsibility, because you're going to be kind of like the cadence of the game. You're going to be like reading back the stories, skill checks, right, in a sense, walking the hunters through the Foundations of Ruin.
Yeah. What I appreciate is that as the Chronicler, you're also playing the game. So you're not just coming up with the story, thinking of where the party's going to go, thinking about what they might do, etc., like a traditional DM or GM might do, but you are being surprised alongside all of the other playable characters as your party goes along. So it's really good.
Right, and so some of the cool things that happen in the game, again, we're not going to spoil it. We want you to dive into the adventure yourself. But like, there's cool things, like if you've played the board game, there was stuff called grudges. And so now they use those grudges, and like you can spend grudges to do things, right? Coax people or re-roll. And so
change your fate.
Yeah, change your fate and everything like that. There's also corruption, right? Whereas if you get corrupted by choices you're making, if you leave corruption like on your character or person for too long, they could become permanent corruptions, and now you're transformed into this different way, and you all have
your physical body starts to change.
And like you all have like a character and like a backstory. Here's what your person's like about, right? But you can fight that, right? And then you get corrupt, and if you're fighting that aspect, you're going to see your character like morph and change into something maybe you don't want to be, or maybe it's something you do want to be. And so there's this cool like evolving aspect as you're diving in. Not to mention these monsters are coming up. And you're tasked with fighting them, and you're working together as a team.
You've got these maps that kind of grow in scale and complexity, and before you know it, I mean, those maps can get really large, and you're exploring, and you're discovering, and you're fighting, and so there's all sorts of great ways that the story continues to progress. As you're looking through the campaign page, you'll notice that there are tiers where you can get a digital download of either just a single PDF of either the Hunter's Guide, the Chronicler's Guide, or the Bestiary, or you can get all three. And then correspondingly, you can get those as physical printed copies as well, which if the preview PDF is any indication, these are just going to be just gorgeous to, even if you're not playing, just to flip through and just admire, because again, the artwork is just next level.
And if you backed like Beast or Shattered Isles, they all came with like art books. So like I actually have the art books. Ta-da! And I actually take some of that stuff and I've put them up even in my game room and things like that. So then if you're just, it's just awesome. And especially as you're just like looking through the book or reading through it, like you're just seeing these amazing art pictures, and it does just suck you into this awesome world. Like it's a dark world of monsters. And there's 3 worlds. You have the natural world, then you have the spirit realm, and then you have the abyss. And so each one of those things have their own, like the fey creatures are in the natural realm, right? Yeah. And then you have the dream world where like this kind of stuff happens. And then the abyss where like darkness, like, I don't, it's just deep dark. And so like, it's really cool because there's these 3 worlds and like every single aspect of it is steeped just in lore. And it's easy to pick up and learn, but it also gives you all that depth that you really want in an RPG or just in a game where you're like, let's just go deep into a crazy world that someone created and explore it.
Yeah, even from the preview, there's been a lot of thought and a lot of love put into this RPG. So when the full version becomes available, I know we'll be getting a party together and just starting to...
Yeah, we might do a playthrough of it at some point, because I think it would just be fun to show off like people. Like this guy likes to do voices. I try.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I just doing the crazy taxi. Oh yeah, or the Kool-Aid Man, whichever way you want to look at it. But it's just fun to like just like I'm gonna be a cleric. I'm going to save people. I'm going to be an alchemist. I'm going to make this. And then just kind of like, fighter, rogue, binder, which is a really cool new class. Yeah. There's just so much to do, so much to explore. It's a blast. We're loving it. And again, Studio Mid-Hall nails it again. And just the universe just keeps expanding and just keeps getting more better.
Yeah.
So make sure you go check out the Kickstarter campaign page. Join it. I mean, this is a good time. And if you are like a person that likes the hand-on material or even just wanted to go sit next to your coffee table and make it look awesome and badass, it's worth it. So check out the Kickstarter campaign. Comment in there if you've played Beast at all and who is your favorite either hunter or your favorite monster. I like the frog. There's also like the snake, the Hydra feeling thing. There's the wolf. There's a ton of them. It's just so awesome.
Yeah, nice.
So let us know. We're Tabletop Vibes. Like, subscribe, comment, and consider joining our Patreon if you want to see more insider access to the shenanigans.
Yeah.
And again, as always, thanks for watching.
We'll check you next time.